Red Grange, born June 13, 1903, Forksville, Pennsylvania, U.S., died January 28, 1991, Lake Wales, Florida. American collegiate and professional gridiron football player and broadcaster who was an outstanding halfback, known for spectacular long runs that made him one of the most famous players of the 20th century. He was an important influence in popularizing professional football. Grange was a star football player at Wheaton, Illinois, high school before entering the University of Illinois in 1922. There he played football during the 1923-25 seasons and was selected as an All-American halfback each season. He became a national idol in 1924 when he turned in one of the most sensational single-day performances by an athlete in sports history. Against a highly rated Michigan team, Grange ran for touchdowns of 95, 67, 56, and 44 yards in the first quarter of play. In the second half, he scored a fifth touchdown and threw a touchdown pass in a 39-14 Illinois victory. Grange was nicknamed the Galloping Ghost for his blinding speed and elusive running style. The following year, Grange delivered another spectacular performance in the East, where some sports writers questioned his ability as well as the quality of Midwestern football. He led Illinois to a 24-2 victory over Pennsylvania, scoring 3 touchdowns and gaining 363 yards. After his last college game in 1925, Grange dropped out of school and signed a professional contract with the Chicago Bears of the National Football League, NFL. Amid much controversy over his decision to leave school and become a professional athlete, Grange drew huge crowds to the Bears' final games that NFL season and on an extended barnstorming tour. He demonstrated the potential for the growth of pro football, a game that was not highly regarded at the time by many sports fans. In 1926, Grange played for the New York Yankees in the American Football League, which he and his agent, Charles C. Pyle, founded. The league folded after one season, and the Yankees joined the NFL in 1927. Early that season, Grange sustained a serious knee injury, and he sat out the 1928 season. He then returned to play for the Chicago Bears 1929-34. After his injury, Grange was no longer the explosive runner he had been, but he remained a leading rusher in the NFL for a number of seasons and was also an excellent defensive back. After his retirement from football, Grange became the first well-known athlete to become a successful radio and television broadcaster, with a career that spanned 25 years, 1934-69. Grange was a charter member of both the College Football Hall of Fame, 1951, and the Pro Football Hall of Fame, 1963. Chicago Bears, American professional football team based in Chicago that plays in the National Football Conference, NFC, of the National Football League, NFL. The Bears are one of football's most successful franchises, having won 8 NFL championships and 1 Super Bowl. The franchise that became the Bears was founded by businessman A. Staley in 1920 and was first known as the Decatur, Illinois Staleys. George Halas became player coach of the new team, which he relocated to Chicago in 1921 after Staley handed the young franchise over to him. Halas, affectionately known as Papa Bear, prowled the sidelines as head coach until 1968. The team won the American Professional Football Association (APFA) championship in its first season in Chicago, and it was renamed the Bears in 1922, the same year the APFA became the NFL. The early Chicago teams established a rivalry with the Green Bay Packers, which became one of the sport's most storied feuds. Led by a dominant rushing attack that featured future Hall of Fame backs Red Grange and Bronco Nagurski, the Bears captured NFL championships in 1932 and 1933, the former of which was won in the first playoff game in league history, a 9-0 victory over the Portsmouth, Ohio Spartans. In the 1940s, the Bears won 4 more championships: 1940, 1941, 1943, 1946, largely because of the efforts of quarterback Sid Luckman, a future member of the Hall of Fame. The innovative T-formation offense that Luckman ran, which utilized 2 running backs and set men in motion before the play, was an immediate sensation and became the dominant offense in the NFL. The Bears won another title in 1963 and drafted 2 all-time greats in 1965, linebacker Dick Butkus and running back Gale Sayers. While Butkus and Sayers went on to dominate the game on an individual level, the Bears did not advance to the playoffs during either of their careers. The dry spell ended when the Bears drafted running back Walter Payton in 1975, starting a decade of dominance. Peyton went on to break Jim Brown's record for all-time rushing yards, which was in turn broken by Emmitt Smith in 2002, and was elected into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1993. Behind Peyton, the Bears won 4 division titles and their only Super Bowl, 1985. Led by head coach Mike Ditka, a larger-than-life personality who had starred as a tight end for the Bears of the 1960s, and iconoclastic quarterback Jim McMahon, the punky QB. The 1985 Bears team was especially noteworthy for its overpowering defense that, after serving as the catalyst for a 15-1 regular season record, allowed only 10 total points in the team's 3 postseason games. The team became a national sensation with the release of the Super Bowl Shuffle, a rap song and accompanying music video that featured members of the team boasting of going to the Super Bowl, which was confidently released before the end of the regular season. After 4 consecutive seasons of double-digit losses, the team hired Matt Nagy as head coach in 2018. Nagy guided the team to a 7-win improvement in his first season at the helm, leading Chicago to a division title that was followed by a narrow loss in the team's opening playoff game. The Bears' offense that Nagy had revitalized in 2018 struggled in 2019, and the team won just 8 games that season, missing the playoffs. The following year, Chicago again finished the regular season with an 8-8 record, though this time the team qualified for the playoffs. However, the Bears lost in the first round. In the 2021 NFL Draft, the Bears selected quarterback Justin Fields. During his first year with the team, he struggled with injuries, and the team finished with a losing record, 6-11. During the offseason, Nagy was replaced by Matt Eberflus as head coach. After a disappointing 3-14 finish in 2022, Chicago improved the following season, posting a 7-10 record.